So I just want to congratulate him. Now, we've got, I don't know what's happening right now, but we've got something that's, okay, he's the host. All right. Calling it off. All right.
Hostile takeover.
Whoa.
Boom.
What's happening, HB?
Go, there you go. Here he comes.
Hey, what's happening? Can you guys hear me?
Yes, we can hear you.
Can you see me?
Yes, we can see you.
Okay, I want to make sure everybody can see me here real quick. All right, I got Kid Cart real big on my screen.
I've pinned you.
Are you still watching on Facebook, or are you watching?
No, I am in on.
If you're on Zoom, the way it's showing all three of us right now, let's fix that so we can show you.
Well, okay. Yeah, show me real quick because I want to see. On my computer, it's I'm not all about all of this technology here. It's asking me to download the new something, and then I tried to exit. It says, "Do you want to exit the entire meeting?" And I thought I would kill the entire program if I did that. So I got on my cell phone.
Nope, you're all good.
Am I all good now?
Yep, you should be all good.
What's happening? Ibuumerang. What's happening out there, everybody? Listen, hey, just a little bit of a hostile takeover right now. I told T. Gray last week we're over at the flight deck, and I told him, I said, listen, I got to stay off flight school. Last week I was on, and every time I get on flight school, I get a little light pocketed. What does that mean? What does light pocketed mean? It means I just want to just take some money out of my pocket and just, put it out there and do some good stuff. Now, I'm not going to be on long. This is for real today. All right. But I was just really paying attention, and I'm looking at how good we're doing. I gotta be real. Do I have permission to be candid here on this call?
Fire away, Captain.
No, I know I have permission from you, T. Gray. I'm talking to the field right now. Can I be candid? And I don't want this fluff candid. If you don't think I should be candid, just say not today. We're not ready for it. Can't be candid during quarantine. Can't be candid during protests. Can't be candid. If that's the way you feel, let me know, because I really need to know who I'm talking to today. And yeah, because
are you able to see the chat? Are you able to see the chat?
I can see the chat a little bit now. Okay. Yeah, I can see it now. That's why I'm all situated here, and hopefully you guys can see me good. I've got my back to my bedroom windows over here, so I don't know if the light's coming in. It's cool. So, all right. So I had at least 5 people say be candid right now. So they said, yes, be candid. I'm ready. All right. So I want to share something with you. All right. One of the hardest things about business is winning. It's one of the hardest things is winning. Okay. Why? Because where do you go from winning? It's not difficult at all to be in second or third or fourth place. Or it's not difficult at all for nobody to even know your name. You can hide in the midst of the obscure. You can hide in the midst of those who are not even trying. But the reason it's not hard is because if I am in second place and there's a lead horse out there, I always see room for improvement. And a winner is always motivated. A winner is always motivated by winning, not just participating. Okay. So I may rub some of you the wrong way. I don't believe in participation trophies. I know the world has gone to being so soft, and my child played on the team and didn't contribute, but they should get just as big a trophy as the MVP. I don't roll like that. Just not my philosophy. I guess I'm not built that way. And I don't knock you for your philosophy, but I don't think we could be, a world of accomplished people if everything was that way. If LeBron James made the same amount of money and got the same playing time as the guy that nobody knows his name right now, if Cristiano Ronaldo was making minimum wage as a soccer player, the sport wouldn't be what it is today. So I'm not saying that winning is the only thing. But as a good friend of mine said, Johnny Wimber, I've heard him say it and he got it from someone, but he says, winning isn't everything, but wanting to win is. Whether you win or not, sometimes you're not going to win. You may not win somebody else's contest. You may not win based off the parameters that somebody else set forth who says, here's the win. But see, some of you, what winning could be for you, because that's what the most important part is. It's not necessarily whether you won the entire race here, because many of you are competing. You feel like you're competing with experts. Well, let me tell you something. Sandy Harris, first time ever in network marketing. First time ever. But there's something inside of him that says, I can do this. Went Sapphire in 6 weeks, got rubies in his team right now. He's been in the top 5 2 weeks in a row and has never picked a baseball up in his life. Why? Because you don't have to know baseball. Do you know winning? I've never played a game of rugby. I don't know the rules. Put me in, and all I need is David Hunt to say, hey, HB, here's what you do. Follow this, follow that. Here's the principle, and I guarantee you I'll be a winner. I don't know ballet. I don't know all of this other, ballet, but you give me McKenna or you give me Peyton, who both of them have been experts in ballet and dance. And I may not look good doing it, but I can tell you right now, I'm going to set some goals and I'm going to win on some of my goals. Period. I don't know tennis, but I just know how to win. And so so what I'm talking about is iBoomerang has been winning. Why is that difficult? Because it becomes boring. Winning is difficult because what do you do from here? What's the next record to break? And you're always having, the pressure is always on to set a new standard, to set a new record. When you're in second, third, fourth, fifth place, there's no pressure on you at all. I can slide back, nobody will even notice. I don't even know who was in the Super Bowl last year. I just know that the Kansas City Chiefs won. I don't even know who they played. Why? Nobody's thinking it. And everybody right now is saying, are the Kansas City Chiefs going to repeat? Are they going to repeat? And so when I'm looking at us, and then I look at our team, I look at our leaders, I look at our group, bunch of winners. And I said, you know what? We're too comfortable. This is not just by the volume. Yeah, volume has been going great. I'm looking at so many different companies. I talked to companies owners, and many company owners have been calling me and hey, what are you guys doing? How do you guys do this? How do you put this together? Could you give me some tips here? And we do it because we want the industry to win. Why? Because see, people who are not winning, you know how they win? They find a winner and ask them, how do you win? You don't just figure it out. But there's two types of professionals that we have in this business. We got winners, waiters, and whiners. I'm just being candid. I'm not coming on giving you the CEO talk and the State of the Union, standing behind a podium with a microphone and giving you all the politically correct stuff that many of you want. I ain't built that way. We got winners, waiters, and whiners. And on this call, everybody has a winner that's inside of you. Everybody. All of you got it. In a minute, you guys are going to be teed up to hear from an amazing winner in Jordy. You were born a winner. If you made it, okay, there were millions of other little competitors saying, let me get to the egg first. And there was a race. When you were, before you even had a name, there was a race that you entered. And that race was, who's going to make it out alive? Who's going to survive? And there were millions of other little potential brothers and sisters that you had to compete with. But you won that race. Somebody, if your competitor would have won it, you wouldn't be on this call right now. You wouldn't be on this call. You won that race. And so our makeup is designed that you can't be alive without have already won. You've already exhibited a trait that you know how to win. You're engineered with success. That is in your DNA, and there's nothing you can do about it. But we know that our world has two different sides. We have a side that is a winning side, and then we have a side that the other side wants to win. Everything is about winning. And so there's another side that says, if I force you to lose, then I am the winner. Sometimes the world call that good and evil, positive and negative. So you got a winner in you. Somebody's taught you how to wait. Somebody's taught you how to whine. Somebody taught you how to whine, complain, criticize, condemn when you're not winning. Because you can't win when you're doing that. Winning and waiting does not, you can't put them both in the same package. You can't package them together. So 3,000 people on ibuumerang flight school, what are we waiting for? I was almost embarrassed even putting forth, I'm gonna put 100 grand above and beyond what we've already put out. $100 grand into the plan for just to do what should be done in the first 10 minutes. Saturday morning, 8 o'clock Central Standard Time. The call should start before T. Gray and Mark get on. There should be 4,000 people waiting for them to come on. But they're not. Why? Because some of us are waiting. Yeah, this is for everyone. This is for every diamond. This is for every emerald. This is for all of our sharks. I mean, I call them sharks. All of our fish and our elephant, our monkeys. You guys know what I'm talking about. This is for everybody. What are we waiting for? You waiting for somebody else to do it? We waiting for someone else to do it? We're waiting for permission for somebody to say, it's okay to win here in iBoomerang. It's okay. It's okay to call someone and let them know that they're going to, that there's a call that will teach you exactly what you need to do to succeed in iBoomerang. It's okay. Because, this is the field guy in me. Yes, CEO, that's great. And that's my role. And the role of that is to assemble the right team. I am not the one who's going to be in all these meetings and stuff like that. That's not a CEO's job. A CEO's job is to set and define the culture of an organization, to make sure I put the right team in place, the synergies and stuff. And we're right now playing musical chairs and moving things around, because time is gone for what we've already won. It's now to the next one. And so you can't win the next game with the same team. That's why every team that wins, they don't bring the exact same team back. You got to bring new players. And that's what we're doing right now. So to make sure that we're in position to go ahead and continue, but you've got your part to do as well. When I look back as a rep in me, and I know what this opportunity has. The reason why I know what you have from an opportunity standpoint, because I know me. And this is not patting myself on the back. I don't need any accolades or want any accolades for this. I've never in my 30 years in network marketing, and I'm not saying that there's not, I'm sure that there are. I have never been in a company where I knew that the person who was owning the company had the level of intention, integrity that I know I have for the field. I haven't met that owner yet. That is why I said I'm so envious of every ambassador in iBoomerang, because I know that the company is never going to turn its back on you. Doesn't mean that you're going to get your way. Doesn't mean that you can whine, complain, and we're going to bend just because you want something. That's not what I'm talking about. We'll never turn our backs on you. Ever. It can't happen. It won't happen. And I always look before to go 100% full all the way out. And I couldn't do it in companies. Why? Because I couldn't trust that the person who had the keys was going to do what was right. Just couldn't do it. Couldn't go all the way out. Couldn't go all the way in. Well, HB, how did you make all of this money? I went in, and then I went full in, and then I have to start putting the pedals, putting the, one foot on the brake just in case, one foot on the accelerator. But I went in so fast and so furious because I thought it wasn't about the company. It was the person that I was. When I met and understood the people out, and I'm not here just trying to say that there were bad people. I don't get on the call and talk about other owners. But it gave me, I had to just say, okay, we'll keep it going, but I'm not selling out. And I said, the only reason that iBoomerang exists is because I said, I'll never get back into network marketing again as a distributor if I can't go all the way in. And I thought about it. And everything came together. The only owner I could trust was me. Now, it's not because I have trust issues. I'm just telling you, it's how this industry is, guys. I'm just being very candid with you. We've got some things that we're going to be launching. We sat in our office yesterday, and all we talked about was how can we empower you more. There's some stuff that we're about to do. It's gonna knock your socks off, and I'm not gonna bait you with all of this. What's to come? All I'm telling you is that we've been waiting for this moment. It takes I told you from the very first day, if February the 19th, or 18th, and whichever day it was, when I did the first pre-launch call, I said, after our launch, it will take us 18 months to settle the ground for us to start to build what I have in my vision. Now, I think we've been around 15 months now. Okay. And so you're going to start, you'll see it. You'll see it. Some of you will be here, some of you won't. And that's not my concern. Okay, that's not my concern. Because you have to have people who get you to the first base, but sometimes those won't be the people who can handle second base. And when you want to go to third, it won't be the same people who get you there. And when you want to come around to home, it won't be the same. It's just, it's so everyone plays their part. Everyone plays their part. And I mean this for everyone. But but if you don't recognize what it is that you have, if you can't recognize what's in ibuumerang if you can't even recognize you're a winner. Okay. And this 100 grand, this is not money owed to the field. Just this week alone, we paid $300,000 more just for this week, $300,000 more above and beyond the comp plan than the comp plan calls for. 300,000 more just this week. Okay. So what I'm saying is I don't want to have to come on a call and say we're gonna give you more to be average. That's not congruent. That's not, because it will actually create a bad habit. It will create a horrible habit, because what gets rewarded gets repeated, which means the only way you'll perform and win is when somebody pays you to win, instead of you saying, I'm designed to win. I don't enter a game. Listen, you get around me, I don't play games for free unless I'm going to win. That's because I've just realized that if I do something, there's two choices, win or not win. I just choose to win. Doesn't mean that I'm trying to dominate everyone. It's no, I won my first race. I'm engineered to win. That's what I'm supposed to do. A car is engineered to accelerate. Your car, if you put it in forward and press and it went reverse, what would you do? You take that car back. Some of you need to return your attitudes. Some of you need a refund on the attitude that you purchased and that you brought to your existence on this call or in this business, because your attitude is working in the opposite of how it was engineered. It's broken. It's being real. I know the world has a whole lot that's going on right now. You know what the world needs right now? They need winners. They don't need waiters, and they don't need whiners. The world needs winners. Winners. I know that there's a large temptation on all of our parts to be a part of the movement, and you should. I want you to. But you've got to pick and choose, what part of the movement must I play? Spitting out all of the facts of every sign of oppression, and spitting out and forwarding every single meme or TikTok or Instagram or tweet of every sign of oppression, and making everyone aware, will lead you to depression. I promise you. I'm telling you, it will. You're not, if you're you're not engineered for that. There's people who can handle that. It's just like me. I couldn't work in a funeral home. I'm so glad that there's people who do, because we need them. But I can't be around death all day. Couldn't do it. Just no. And so, are you going to be just the promoter of the protest or the promoter of change, or are you going to benefit from change? Or are you going to be the shining example so that when somebody has seen, you know what, times of change, they can look at you and say, this person right here is evidence. Look at what they're doing. Look at how they're leading. Look at the following that they have. It's not about making 100 grand a month. It's about, can I lead 2 people more to a flight school? Just 2 people. Okay. When I was a distributor, I promoted every call like it was the last time. I understand why I'm where I am. And it's so simple now when you get there. Now, on your way there, you have to remember there's a lot of competition for everyone. When you're a director, we broke so many directors last month. I think we paid over $100,000+ in extra director bonuses just last month. When you're a director and you've done your 2,500, number one, we applaud you. We wanted to reward you. I can't wait till we pay $1 million extra with directors. But you see this large amount of competition, and you're able to look back, but you're also able to look up and you see, man, I've got to climb through senior director and executive director and sapphire, ruby, emerald, all the way up to global master ambassador. But you can also, I'm telling you, you can look down and you're like, wow, look how many people haven't made it director, and you feel like you're at the top of the middle on your way up. But I'm telling you, I want you to know this now instead of later. Once you make it all the way to the top, you start to notice, I am no better than the person who just went director. They look at me like, wow, that's HP. Look at what he's done. I'm nothing but I am a director who keeps on directing. I just never stopped. I didn't win and celebrate. There was never a call ever that I got on that the company or my upline was having that I didn't have my Rolodex of who was new in my organization and what new leg was I working in and how many phone calls was I going to make sure that they were on the call. That's how I won. I didn't win by, well, the company's going to send the emails out and the company's going to make me rich. Oh, the Prib should call my people and get them on the call. The Prib, right? No, you should. I'm telling you how I win. I didn't sponsor a lot of people, but there wasn't a month that I was in business that I didn't put 2 personals in. Every single month, I was never going to allow my team to say, HB, what does your scoreboard look like? And I have to tell them, well, I'm working with my groups and I'm a leader and I got conference calls and I've got this and I've got that. So I didn't have any time to sponsor people. I don't roll like that. And so I'm talking to you directors right now. You have an opportunity right now if you really wanted to. Don't try to be a diamond. Keep on directing. I directed myself all the way up $1 million a month income, and I still felt like I was not a hero. I have never felt like this big network marketing king, or because I just looked down and I said, oh, I see why they didn't make it. They stopped directing. They stopped getting to. They thought once they got to 22 that they're sitting on the empire. It was unfathomable in my mind, and I'm just being honest with you. I know only 50 people can be on that list, but it was unfathomable for a list to show up, and I know a list is going to show up of top producers, and my name is not on the list. I shut the company down before that happened. It didn't matter what my name was always going to be on a list. Why? I already knew my group was going to be looking for it. What do you think your group is doing? You think your group is sitting at home being productive? No, they're sitting at home on social media. They're sitting at home looking at all the news, all of the newspapers, whatever it is. Most of them are not producing. And so they also get into MLM trivia. They're on the top earners list, on the top momentum list, on the business from home and all of that stuff. And everywhere they can get data about network marketing. And so I said, I'm going to give them something to read. So when they go look for it, HB's there. And at some point in time, they'll say, that's my leader. And I'm going to build a friendship so strong with them that they'll say, I can't let them down. And that's why they start building. They didn't build for the bonus or the money. They built because they knew that they had a leader, and HB, that he was always going to have his name present, point blank, period. And it's still that way today. You can't find the publication of Top Anything without ibuumerang, the company, being there. It's just how I roll. I ain't special. I wasn't born with network marketing in my blood. I failed the first 7 years. I'm still just a director who happens to be CEO, but I keep on directing. $4,000 people? 4,000 people. For everybody to get 1.5 or 1.25, and I'll throw 100 grand and spread it out and make sure that everybody gets some love. I'm a man of my word, so I'm going to do it. I'm just thinking about it. That's probably going to hurt you. Because the 100 grand sounds so great to get 4,000 that you're not even thinking about, why shouldn't we have 40,000? Why not? Ask the executive team. I went in there and I kicked ass the other day. They know that they got to step it up too. Ask T. Gray, ask Mark, ask Kitcha, ask Ed, ask all of the executives who were here. Everybody in this company. Guys, listen. I don't play small. And they all know that if we're not going to step it up to HB standards, to what my vision is, we'll find somebody who will. But the beauty of it is, this team that we have, we were talking last night. I said, Earl asked me, she says, do you think that they got it? I said, listen, I have with that team we have right now, 0 pushback. No excuses. Nobody gave excuses. They all, you know what? You're absolutely right. This is much needed call. Thanks for it. You'll see better. You'll see us dig in. That's all we asked for. Some we had to get rid of. They're gone. They're done. Some others may leave. But that's just how it works. Because if you're not going to think here, I can't play with you. If you're going to think here, I'm thinking here, and your work is going to produce, help us produce results that are here. You got to go. I told Edwin, why are you on the phone with them? Well, they're a diamond. Do they think like one? No. Stop taking the phone call. If they call you with the prospect who is a big player and talk to them. If they're calling you for customer service, don't answer the phone. Do not call Edwin for customer service issues. Period. Right now, most only the diamonds and emeralds have his phone number. Do not call my global master ambassador. Because somebody was put in the wrong place. Don't do that. He's a distributor. Hourly rate, it's going to be somewhere about $5,000 an hour. And if I have him researching where your person needs to be replaced and it takes 30 minutes to do it, that costs the company or him $2,500. No. If you want to call him with an issue like that, for every 5 times you call him with something that's going to produce and bring new blood into the business, then you can call him with the situation. Other than that, just use customer service. Stop being spoiled. 10 and a half years. $1 billion in business. One time I've ever called customer service. Once. Only one time. Director. I'm just a director. That's it. And so right now, guys, HB is drawing a line in the sand. If I got to get back out and recruit, I'll do it. Okay. And this is not about HB competing with the field. It's not about that. But if I got to get back out and show how to stay in what I call the productive creative mode. Creative mode in network marketing is not when you're creating systems or creating banners. Creative mode is how many people am I bringing into the business? How many opportunities am I bringing into the business? When I became, I never forget, when I became a diamond, my goal was I needed 100 enrollments a day. If you're a diamond and you're not doing 100 enrollments a day, do you know why? It's because you haven't planned how to bring in 100 people a day. Just that simple. If you're Ruby and if you're saying, hey, listen, I want 25 enrollments a day, why aren't you doing it? Because you haven't planned for it. I'm just a director. When I became a director very quickly early on, guess what I did? I knew exactly what I did. So I said, I'm going to do this for a brand new person. I'm going to do the work for the new person who came into the business. Why? I already did it. I know how to do it. I'm going to do the work for them. They're going to go get the people. I'm going to show them how to do it. And then I do it for that person. And then those 2 people that they got who came in, or 4 people who made them director, I got those 4 people together. And when I got 4 of them together, I already knew 1 to 2 of them were going to do it. I show 1 to 2 how to do it. Now I've got 8 people who came in, but I'll do it through multiple legs of business. And so the secret of how to get 100 people coming into your organization is real simple. Take your organization of what you have right now. Take the geography of who you have. Who is it that I have that's willing, able to do their own Zoom meetings? This is how you do it. If you're a diamond or emerald or whatever your level is right now. Here's what you do. David Hunt, our newest diamond, you want to go blue right away. I know you're going. Here's what you do. David, I need you having 100 people coming in your team every single day. This is how you do it. I want you to take your San Diego team. I want you to take your team over in Australia. I want you to take your London team. That's 3 different areas. I think you have another team somewhere over here in the US, another team somewhere in Asia where you've got 5 separate areas that you have. I want you to also take the people that are running for Sapphire, who've already achieved Sapphire, willing and able, those who want to go to the next level, not those who are calling you about issues every day. Those who are saying, I want to produce. Now, all you got to do, if you in your organization can find 20 different leaders or 20 different people with a desire. So this is what I do. I take the goal. Here's the game plan. I take the goal, 100 per day. 100 per day. So now I'm not going to recruit 100 a day. So I have to have a team. So I take my team and I look at who's my starters. When is the last time you've drawn out your groups, guys? When is the last time have you looked at your roster? Who's my players? I looked at it every single day, every day, not every other day, not every month, not at the end of the month. My calendar, I look at it. I would actually have my calendar and people would think that I'm reading a novel. It spoke to me. It is my game plan. If you look at Tom Brady, he carries his playbook around when they're in the locker room all the time, visualizing the plays. He wins the game in the locker room. He carries it out on the field. I win the game of network marketing here. When I'm on a conference call, I've already rehearsed the perfect conference call 1,000,000 times in my mind. 1,000,000 times. I've thought about how I get the perfect prospect, the perfect closing. In my mind, I do it perfect every single time. And when I go out and execute, that's practice. Why? Because I've never done it as close as I've done it in my mind. It's always messed up. It's always a mistake. I always use wrong words. I always leave out facts. I always leave out details. I have yet to do the perfect presentation. And the best ones I do are when I have the least signups. And the ones that I do where I leave out the entire compensation plan, everybody signs up. Why? Because they sign up because of my attitude, not because of the prep. Not because of the comp plan, not because of facts and features, not because the order in which the order of the do you know how many people I've signed up and have never shown them a slide? We move this and we move that and this is out of guys. You don't want to make the money you say you want to make. I would be willing to triple your check. Trip. I will triple your yearly earnings. I will go prospect to prospect, side by side, with no presentation, no slides whatsoever, build a brand new group, teach nobody to use slides, and give you the perfect slides, and I'll dominate the volume. Do not buy slides. They buy you. Leadership training because I know I'm gonna blow some of you guys out, but I can't help it. I can't sit by and accept average. I just can't do it. I'd rather blow out a gasket of organization knowing that I'm gonna go down winning instead of watching people wait. I don't roll that way. I won't roll that way. I'm telling you guys. I'm not going to do it. Yeah, volume is climbing. I don't care about climbing. Volume is the worst indicator of what the future of your business is going to be. So if your volume is good, don't pat yourself on the back. If your volume is in a tank, don't beat up on yourself. What does your leaders look like? Are you in there mentally? Do you have your team together? So David, here's what you do. Back to it. You take your team, find 20. If you don't have 20, it's okay. Don't force a number there. If you only have 5, it is okay. Let's just say you've got 5. You've got 5 people who are willing to take total responsibility. 5. So if you now have 5 frontline or 5 in a leg, I look at always in a leg, and the majority of my people didn't come frontline. The majority of my people that I was able to work through, I found them between levels 1 and levels 4. If you want the person that I could work through, I'm going around. I love you, but I'm working around. Why? It's not your business. It's my business. People come, well, don't go in my group because, you know, I'm a Ruby or a Sapphire. No, I get paid on that group. That's my son's future in that group as well. You get paid, I get paid. I'm just as entitled and have the right to work with them within the system as you do. I never caused conflict and taught something different. But if I'm a diamond and you're here, I've got a relationship with those people. I'm going to edify you for what you are, but I'm going to work in that group. That's my income. I am not going to allow you to just decrease my income because you were the first person to join before them. You only brought in your front line. The people below the front line, I have just as much access to them as you do. So you take your 5 people, David. Here's what you do. I don't know how many you've got, how many you have. Front line of 5 people. What I would do is I bring those particular people on a conference call. This is my starting 5. How often do you talk to your starting 5? How often do you talk to your starting lineup? If you've got 1, if you're just in the business just now, guys, and you only got 1, it's okay. You start with 1 and then you get 2. I just told Angela the other day, I said, listen, I'm so encouraged about Bob Ride. She says, well, we're not having, ride share is not so. I say, Angela, you don't understand. If we can complete 1 ride per day, I can complete 1 million. That's just the way now we do many more rides than that. But if it works. We're paying the commission, it works. We've got drivers who are steadily driving. That's all I needed to see. And now we're about to turn up the afterburners. Why? It works. I only need 1. I just need to see 1. And when it works, now I go ahead and turn up the heat. So David, you take your 5, if it's 7, if it's 8, 10, whatever it is. So now I've got these 5, I'm going to work with them. I am going to lay out a specific strategy so that they can hit goals of theirs, which ties into my goal. I get them together and I say, hey, listen, here's what I want you to do. I've got 5 people. And if I've got this person over here, say, listen, and I'll ask them for their inventory list, how many people you have on your team that are either showing the plan or would be willing to contribute 5 new prospects per day in the business. Showing the plan or not. Because what is the goal now? If I only have 5, I need 20 new ambassadors coming in on each person's team, somewhere down in their organization. So now I've gone from my 100 to now I'm only working on 20. I have never tried to put 100 people in the business a day, ever. It's too hard. It's too big of a number. Goal at 100, who's on my team? I've got 5, I've got 7, I've got 8, I've got 10, I've got 20 leaders. Okay, great. Here's what we're gonna do. Over here, now I'm working over here. So let's just say, for example, I had Johnny was one team member of mine. Hey, and Johnny said, you know what? I've got somebody here. I've got Martha Ermias down here in this organization, and let's say that they were just coming up as rubies or whatever. I said, great, Johnny. Here's what we're looking for. How many people do you have on your team? Johnny says, hey, I've got about 7 that are willing to show the plan, but I've got about a group of about 20 who are willing to put people on the plan. So now what Johnny does, I teach him how to get 20 people a day. Johnny, in order to get 20 people per day in the business, here's what I need. We're going to need a minimum of about 150 people on a Zoom call daily that are prospects. How do I get 150 on a Zoom call? Now, when we're belly to belly, I only need 100. I need 100. Why? Because I'm counting on a 20% success ratio, which is normal, and we can blow way through that. So for out of every 100 people who we show the plan to, or every 5, we're going to get 1. So how many people can we get to invite 5? Can we get 20 people to invite 5? Yes, that's 100 prospects. So now down through Johnny's organization, him and Martha, and now let's say he's got Jex there, and he's got all of the other people that he's got in that organization. How many are going to bring 5 to the Zoom? How do I get them to bring 5 to the Zoom? I get them to have a list so that they invite 25 to the Zoom. And I keep breaking this down to the least common denominator, and I simply allow math to work for me. Math plus a plan plus belief equals crown or triple crown diamond. Not miracles, not what's wrong with me, not my travel savings bonus, when am I going? No. Simple. A director can do this, but I did it every day. And I didn't get tired. I didn't get tired. You know what I got tired of? I got tired of staying at the same rank. That's what I got tired of. You know what I would have gotten tired of? Watching the top 50. And my name is not up there, but I want to speak at convention, but my name is not at the top 50. I want to speak, but I'm not in the top 50. I can't make the top 50, but I want the microphone. I would have withdrew myself. Today we have too many soft networkers. I'm just being honest, guys. It may blow you out. It's okay. It's too many entitled. Here's what I deserve. Here's what the past was like. You know, here's how it was in XYZ company 5 companies ago. So what? It's different today. That's why we're just different. It's not going to be that way. You also was working for somebody that you didn't trust. You're not there anymore. It's amazing. Everybody wants to bring what they did in another company, but it was so bad that they left it, but they want to bring the same thing here. Why? You're addicted to the drama. No, it's going to be different. You'll never catch us doing anything unethical. You'll never see us. You can ask the programmers, every time there's a slither of a percentage where the company can keep more money, just pay it to the ambassadors. Pay it, just give it to them. Because I never had anybody do that with us. Just have it. So you take that leg over there, and now here's what you got on a daily basis. You say, well, that's 150 prospects a day. Yeah, per day. Why? Because out of that, I've got 20 new people who join the business. Ask you a question. Any of you, don't answer this, but if you've had 20 new people in the organization, if you are a ruby, emerald, diamond, whatever it is, or if you had 5 people in the organization that joined your team that day, who took total responsibility of finding all 5 people and doing a simple getting started game plan personally yourself and setting them up for success so that they know that they're matched with a winning team. You're waiting on the Prib to send the emails. Prib is going to send the emails. I have never made my success because of the system. I always outrun the system. The system is designed for someone who is not plugged into a leader. So if you're not going to plug into a leader, or you're not qualified because you're whatever it may be, there's a system that's going to take care of your business, and the system is the stream of the river. It flows like this. Leadership is when you outflow the stream of the river. That's how it works. So now I've got 150 people on the call. That's going to put me at somewhere at about somewhere at about 16% sponsoring rate to get my 20. Guess what? I come over here to leg number 2. I'm doing exactly the same thing. Exactly the same thing. I go to leg number 3. I see Abby put that up there. Abby, you remember when I sat there with you, and I sat there with George, and I sat there with Kudzo, and I showed each of you how to build the business, and this is why he's broken diamond. I never taught him how to go diamond. I said, here's what you do day by day. You're each leg, and I go to all my legs. That is what my job is as a leader. It is not my job as a leader to handle problems and issues. I told Johnny yesterday, Johnny, listen, if that group quits, so what? It is probably going to stop you from breaking a new black diamond. I am not into saving people. Can save themselves. I am into growing and producing leaders. That's who we are as a leadership component of a company. We grow and we produce. I don't save. Do not ever call me saying, I got a guy who's about to quit. I need you to talk to him. That's the wrong call to make to me. Because about to quit, I'm going to help them quit right now. Because it frees up the time for somebody who wants to win. I don't invest in quitting mentality. In 30 years, I have never saved somebody from quitting. It never works. I don't care. Listen, I need you to focus over here and this in a new leg, work around them. So what? No, they can't come to you with that. You got $5 million a year you've got to be focused on, and it's not going to come from somebody who's whining about that. Trust me. Put your talents where you're going to get the biggest return on your investment. Just how you do it. And every day, David, this is what you do. You take that calendar. I'm telling you guys, I wish I had I'll show you my calendar. I'll show you my calendar from 2005, 2004, 2005, 2002. It's the same. I look at it every single day, and I've got my group. It's drawn out, and it doesn't look all pretty and fancy because I've got notes of who is this person and what did this person, what's their strength, what's their weakness, and what are they really good at? Should I use that person to intro me on the call? And how many can I count on from them? And how long am I going to have to work with them to teach them the presentation? And who do they have and I look at it every single day, and it became a part of my subconscious. And that was my game plan. And I went through it over and over and over and over and over. And whoever that was on there, don't ever say again, I am not a quitter. I know what you mean. I think that was Tanya. Don't ever write or verbalize, I am not a quitter. Words are real. If you say I and quitter in the same sentence, your subconscious does not recognize not. It recognizes I and quit in the same sentence. And what it does, it goes in and it looks for a reason to perform the action word that you mentioned, which is quit. The way you do that, Tanya, is I am a winner. Verbalize negatives. I am a winner. Don't say I am not a quitter or I am not lazy. Or no, it's I am a winner. That's how you do this. But every single day I have my game plan. Why? Because that's what I was taught as a director. And I said, if I can achieve director at this level, you have to remember, guys, my first 7 years in network marketing, I never did the volume to become a director, ever. 7 years. My biggest volume was around $2,000 in one total month, 7 years. Once I got a hold of it, it took me 7 years to get it together. And once I did become a director, it wasn't called director. I said, you know what? I got it. It's done. It's over. It's over. And that was how I made quantum leaps in network marketing, where everybody thought HB's got the secret sauce. There is no secret sauce. Secret sauce happened before you came here. You won the race to be alive. That was your secret sauce. And then somebody taught you to believe that you're anything and everything other than a winner. And that's why some of you are waiting right now. And that's why some of you are whining right now, because you bought it. They sold you on not winning and you bought it. They sold you on waiting and you bought it. It is time to ask for a refund. Whoever sold you on waiting, whoever sold you on you not being good enough, whoever sold you on the concept of losing, whoever sold you on the concept of just treading water, don't return that. Don't ask for a refund on that. Write a letter to them, put it in the mail, and send it back. Get rid of it. Next week, 4,000 people. I told them, and I said, you know, if they double that, I'll even double that the week afterwards. Why? Progression. Let's grow. Don't make any shortcuts. Don't just go get people who are interested in the business and get them on these calls. Not because Edwin is doing it or Johnny's going to do it or I'm going to do it, because it's your call. It is your business. It's where the information is. That's who you get. That's why you go and grab them and get them on the call. Build an accountability team. Keep this thing very simple. Very simple, guys. Very simple. Stay in director mode. I'm out of here. Gotta go. Love you.
Absolutely, absolutely. And you know what? You know, Holton made me think about so many things.
Hey, T. Gray, can you hear me?
Yes, sir. We can hear you.
Training's over. Hang up. Goodbye. Love everybody. Absolutely. No more talking. Let's go to work.
You got it. There you go. You heard it from the man himself.